Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Do some Q&A, hang out for about an hour or so. So if you have any questions, let me know. Chris Storm, is that you? I gotta let the people know that you're here. How's it going, Chris? What are you up to today, Stormy? Are you at work today? Or hanging out? Chris, we had requests for you to be here yesterday. There was some word in the chat that they wanted the legend Chris Storm to be here. Doing good. What is a good product that's flying under the radar? I can't give you all my good products, Chris. You got to put in that work and find those products yourself. I do have some good videos that can help you find products. Who says no? I like it. Rising and grinding. I like it. Let's go. You working today, Chris? Tonight I'm going to be live streaming with Checkmate Flips. He's going to show me up in chess. Hopefully teach me a couple of things. We'll be doing that on Twitch if anyone's interested. Should be interesting. He's way better than me. Like, not even close. Sweet. Are you on your lunch break? S. Robertson, what's up from Sweden? Do you sell on Amazon from Sweden? Thanks for stopping by. Just doing some Q&A, talking Amazon business, chopping it up. So any questions you have, let me know. S is for Scott. Cool. Looking to get started in the US first. Go big or go home. Sweet. Yeah, I have a ton of videos on my channel helping you get started. And yeah, it's definitely a good business. It takes time to build. It's not something that happens overnight. But if you put in the work, learn by watching videos, joining groups, and then get going, it can definitely be lucrative long term. There's actually a few people on Instagram and in my Discord that talk about how they sell out of they live in other countries, but they sell in the US marketplace. I don't know of anyone from Sweden though, so that's cool. Burning through your content during the day? You seem to be putting out a ton of content. Yeah, I've been putting out a lot lately. I'm trying to do 3 video uploads a week on YouTube, and then I've been going live almost every day around this time. So, yeah, we should be keeping that up at least for a while. So I really like the 3 uploads a week. Seems like a good schedule. And then I'm on Instagram too, posting reels and stories just about every day. Sweden has Amazon, but all FBA fulfillment is from Germany. Interesting. I don't know a ton about, selling in other marketplaces outside the US. That's kinda cool. So what's Germany's domain for Amazon? Amazon.de. So you shop on Amazon.de and then they ship to Sweden? Is that how it works? The VAT makes it complicated and the velocity is not there. Yeah, I've generally heard, like, again, I don't know a ton about it, but just generally speaking, I've heard the velocity is lower on other marketplaces, which makes sense. But yeah, that's definitely a complication if you're trying to sell there. But yeah, a lot of people, like I said, if they're overseas, they just sell in the US marketplace and they're able to have success. UK/Canada would be next best after US. Do you do international at all? I do not. So I only sell in the US marketplace. For a while, my listings were going to Canada and Mexico, but I turned that off since I don't intend to sell there. Some people say they have success and it boosts their sales a little bit by just using, I think it's called remote fulfillment, where their Amazon inventory can automatically be sold in Canada and Mexico. I think, yeah, people have said they have had success with it, but it's also risky since the laws are different in every country. Your products might, be against the law. They might violate something like an ingredient, or the brand might be not allowed to sell there because the trademark rules are different in each country. So I see potential in it being worthwhile, but you definitely need to do your due diligence and not just add all of your products to be sold in those other marketplaces. Hey, what's up? You've been here every day this week, I think. Appreciate you being here. What's everybody working on today? I just finished scripting out my next 3 YouTube videos, then I'm gonna work on recording those and editing one, get the other over to my editor, and then I'm working on some promotion stuff for an event that we're holding, and then I got to go up and work at the candle shop for a couple hours this afternoon. Probably will do some of that stuff while I'm at the candle shop. Usually have music playing while I work, so it's nice to have company and learn a little more. Sweet. What kind of music do you normally listen to? Sometimes I listen to music, and sometimes I have like YouTube videos, podcasts, or sometimes even shows playing. I would say I do that more frequently. And some people tell me that they just can't do that because it gets them too distracted, but I'm able to. Listen to all music. Cool. Personally, I like hip hop, classic rock. Those would be my main two categories of music genres, I guess I should call it. It's not an Amazon product, it's not a category. So, an update on my payout issue that we've talked about a few times this week. Amazon finally gave me an updated response through one of my complaints, and they said they have investigated it and they are unable to restore my selling privileges, and they cannot tell me about their investigation. The thing is, my selling privileges were never revoked. So that tells me that their investigation is that they didn't really investigate much because they're saying they can't restore something that was never taken away to begin with. I'm still actively selling. My selling privileges were never taken away. They're just not giving me a payout. So whoever submitted that response didn't even really look into the situation, which is frustrating. Little baby or young boy? Honestly, I'm not too hip to either, but I say I've heard more little baby. What's your next move? So if you're talking about the payout situation, we're gonna keep uh, communicating with them, escalating stuff as much as we can, and give it some more time. But if I'm not able to get it resolved within the next few weeks, I'm gonna have to go a different route that I don't particularly want to mention on here on a YouTube live, but if you want to message me, we can talk more about that. Hopefully it gets resolved soon though. Hoping for tonight. Hoping for tomorrow. Hoping it just gets fixed soon because it is a lot of money. Cody, I don't know if he's still in here, but if you look back at the chat, you'll see that the legend was in here earlier. Chris Storm that you were asking about earlier. Or yesterday, I mean. Hope it does. It's very discouraging for us sellers to hear stuff about stuff like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, good to be aware. Definitely does suck. So I was talking to one of the firms that's helping me with this, and they said that there's a department with the VP of Amazon called Trustbuster, where they specifically work on cases like this, where Amazon does stuff that's like so messed up to sellers that it would just ruin the trust that the seller has with Amazon forever. So we're trying to get in contact with them somehow because it's exactly like you're talking about. Very discouraging for sellers to hear about stuff like this. It causes a lot of stress and concern on the viability of this business if Amazon can just hold all your funds for no reason. Because I've done nothing wrong. There's no issues on my account. My account health rating is at like 770, and the threshold for being suspended is I think under 100 and under 200 to be at risk. So I'm way above the minimum. What's up, Jeff? Yeah, of course. Been pumping out the content lately. 3 uploads a week. I got another video coming out tomorrow. Been going live almost every day. Yeah. My main focus right now is content. So that's why we're pumping out so much, and hopefully we can keep it up moving forward. I did some restructuring on my team, got my editor doing 2 videos a week, and then I'm doing 1 and then working on thumbnails and stuff too. So hoping to continue to be able to provide good value like this. Even if you did something wrong, at least tell you so you have the opportunity to fix it properly. Yeah, and they kind of do this. They have the account health assurance program where as long as you work with them, you won't be deactivated, which that's reassuring. It is helpful, but I mean, yeah, at least I'm not deactivated. I can look at it like that, but like they're still holding my money. So there was an issue on my Canadian account. I fixed it the same day, and then now 5 weeks later, they're still holding all my funds. So they do have that assurance where you don't get deactivated, which is helpful. But then there's these issues where they can still hold all your money even if you're not deactivated. So it's frustrating. Any content on the financial side, such as QuickBooks for Amazon, it's been great value as of late. Even your Discord is more valuable than I initially expected. Well, awesome. I'm glad you're finding value out of the Discord. I don't think I have any content on financial stuff. Let me add it to my content idea list though, and I could probably just walk you through or in the video, walk through my system on how we track everything. I don't use QuickBooks right now. Right now, we're just using Inventory Lab. But here pretty soon, I'm going to be going with a bookkeeping firm, and then I think, will take my Inventory Lab and all my credit card and bank info, and they will run it through QuickBooks. So one, I could show my current system, and then two, maybe I could work with them on a video for how they do stuff too. So I'll add that to my list. That's a good idea. It's definitely something that I get asked about a lot is bookkeeping and financial stuff. Shayla, what's up? How's it going? I use Inventory Lab, but my tax guy wanted more than just my organized sheets. I also realized how much I lost last year. Didn't do well with Amazon. That is very eye opening. Yeah. So Inventory Lab can kind of get you by, but yeah, it's not the full picture, which is why we kind of want to move to QuickBooks in an actual firm. Because even if Inventory Lab is giving me an accurate P&L, which after we make our adjustments, I think it's pretty spot on. I want to be able to see cash flow statements, balance sheets, all these other reports. Because if you don't understand your numbers, then you can have a situation where you find out you lose money, or you find out you're not making as much as you actually are. Or even if you are making money, you're not getting able to keep any of it ever because you don't understand your cash flow. So that's why I want to move forward with a firm and using something a little bit more advanced so that I can just have a better understanding and a better picture of everything. And then also that way it's just off my mind even more completely if I have a firm working on it. Are you going with a local firm? No. So I use a local firm for my taxes, and then I'm going with a non-local firm, just somebody that I found online for the bookkeeping. So the local person will still handle my taxes and payroll, and then the new firm will handle just my bookkeeping. The reason I'm doing that is I have the established relationship with the local firm. I like going with them. They've helped me out a lot, so I want to continue to give them business. But I'm going with this new firm for bookkeeping because they're former Amazon sellers, and I want someone who understands Amazon, Inventory Lab, Amazon reports, all that really well. So that's the reason I'm kind of doing that split. And if you want to look into them, the firm I'm going with is Aggie Business Solutions. Let me see if I can find a link for you. There you go. You can reach out to them. They'll give you a free quote for what it would cost for your books. It's kind of based on how many accounts you have and how many transactions you have. Doing good. Found a business partner to set up a 2 to 3 person VA team. That's awesome. Super excited. I'm super excited for you getting those VAs rolling. It's really gonna one help you grow your business, and two help you have more freedom because you'll have the business will be less reliant on you, and then being able to split that with another person is gonna just lower the costs. And yeah, I recommend it. I mean, even at my level of selling over 200K a month when Amazon's not holding my money, I still split all my VAs with a business partner. So I definitely recommend that. Super helpful. Do you do any wholesale? A little bit. So most of my business is OA, about 85%, and then the remainder would be wholesale. It kind of ebbs and flows a little bit depending on the month, but generally speaking, around 15% of my business is wholesale. And then whenever I'm ready to grow the business further, I'm going to go more on that wholesale route. Right now, I'm not trying to grow my business. I'm content with where we're at. The OA business is a really good baseline, generates more than enough profit to keep me happy, keep the bills paid. So I like where I'm at. If I grow wholesale, it's going to probably require a little bit more of my time since my OA business is all outsourced. I only have to work a couple hours a week. And then also, I'm just trying to build other revenue streams. So, Alpha Candles, my brick and mortar shop, and then we're also on Amazon now. And then I'm working on a couple other things. I just want money coming in from multiple places. I don't want to have this one big Amazon business and then something happens, like maybe they're holding all your money and then you don't have any revenue coming in. So I'm trying to build some other pillars and then I'll come back and scale Amazon with wholesale. Outsource everything program absolutely huge and hoping to get that started. Awesome. Love to hear that. I'll drop a link here if anyone's interested in the outsource everything program. Here we go. It's my program teaching you how to outsource every aspect of an Amazon business and teaching you how to outsource with the goal of growing your business or letting you scale or letting you get your freedom and your time back. Because a lot of people get in this business for freedom, freedom from a job, time freedom, financial freedom, whatever it is. And usually we end up just making another job for ourselves and working harder than ever before. So in my program, we teach you how to build a business that runs itself. And yeah, if you're interested, check it out at the link that I just posted. We've got a ton of interviews coming up. Someone who's hired over 600 virtual assistants, a seller that's doing like 200K plus a month, and he doesn't work hardly at all. Yeah, a couple other solid interviews this month, and those are exclusive to the program. Typical spend a month on OA. So my goal is 300K top line, and breaking that down would be 150K spend a month. My top month was like 250K, so 125 spend roughly. But once I get my payout situation resolved, I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to get it up to 300. So we'll be spending around 150 to generate that. When you get into real estate, all right, I will hit you up. That's one of my aspirations this year is to buy some real estate, and specifically, I'm interested in some long-term rentals. So I will definitely keep that in mind and hit you up. I appreciate that. Cody, I'm with you. Who says no? We got Cisco in the chat. What's up, Cisco? If you guys aren't subscribed to Flipping It with Cisco, go check out his channel. He's going to be dropping some new content soon. And yeah, if you do you believe if you ain't flipping, you slipping? Absolutely. If you're not flipping, you are absolutely slipping. Shout out Reezy Resells. He was one of the guys who really helped me out when I was first starting. Got in his group. And yeah, shout out Reezy. If you ain't flipping, you slipping. Do you truly stick to 30 ROI? I find myself going down to 20. Yeah. Yeah, our cutoff is 20%. So we'll go down as low as 20. And honestly, there's exceptions where we'd go a little bit lower if it really makes sense. But generally our cutoff is 20% ROI just because, as you have more capital available, it makes sense to spend it on lower return products rather than letting it sit around. So yeah, we'll go down to 20. Do you pay for anyone else leads list or just your VA team? So at this point, I don't have any other leads lists that I subscribe to. It's just my VAs. Whenever I first hired VAs, I was still on some leads lists. So when I got into OA, it was leads lists, and then I eventually hired some VAs, and then I had kind of a hybrid model there for a bit where I was leads lists and VAs. But then over time, as I had a more established team that was consistently finding me leads, I cut off those leads lists, and then we just have our virtual assistant team for product research. Do you have any time management advice? So I've tried a few different things. So I have a few different companies, so I kind of have to manage my time relatively well. And some different things that I've tried are just kind of blocking out a schedule or having a process in the day is what I'm trying to say. So I would start off in the first thing in the morning, just go through my emails, Discord, any messages all at once. Then from there, I would attack any Amazon work for the day. And then from there, I would attack any Alpha Candles work for the day. And then from there, just see what other tasks need to come up. And I found that that worked pretty well. Things have kind of shifted a little bit. And I think what I'm going to, since I've added more, like more content, things like that, I have more stuff going on. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is just batch block out different days of the week. So I might say, for example, Monday from 8 a.m. to noon, I'm just going to plan out all my content, script all my content, record all my content, and then if I have time, edit or anything like that. And then I might say Monday afternoons, I'm going to look for new wholesale partners for Alpha Candles and do any Alpha Candles work that needs to get done. So those are kind of two different models that I've thought about, but I definitely think that you should have some kind of system set up, especially if you have a lot going on. Like I have a few different businesses, things like that. Monthly spend on VAs, my half comes out to like 2,500 to 3,000 a month, somewhere in that range. And then our total costs are double that because I split it evenly with a business partner. What are some of your personal goals this year? That's a good question. We often talk about business goals, but we don't talk about personal goals at all. So I have them all written down in my journal somewhere, but just some off the top of my head are getting in better physical shape. So me going to the gym about every day and working on that. I'd like to buy my own personal residence this year, and I think that'll happen here pretty soon. So those are a couple goals. Yeah, I have quite a few written down in my journal. Just not all of them are coming to my head right now. Hit me up later, Cisco, and I can share more with you. Another one is like being more intentional with my time, especially making more of a focus to spend quality time with friends and family. So you're saying I need to find a partner to share my VAs. I spend 900 for two. What I'm saying is it's a good business model. It's a good thing that's worked well for me, especially as you have a larger team. Like if I didn't have a partner, I'd be paying 6 grand a month. For lunch, should I have a McDonald's or steak and cheese spot? You should 100% go to Don's, Cisco. Gotta go with Don's. You get a house hack or at least buy a primary to start. Mm, yeah. I've looked into house hacking a bit. Seems interesting. Yeah, I'd love to talk more about it for sure. Kind of my thoughts are it sounds really cool, but housing in my area is like really cheap already. So I don't know that I necessarily need to. And I would just be waiting around longer for an opportunity that would allow for house hacking to come up. And since I'm planning on buying a primary residence and a couple investment properties this year, I don't know that it's necessarily worth waiting around for a house hack versus just getting my own property now and then having some investment properties as well. Yeah, it's a really good point, and I'd love to, if you DM me, talk about it a little bit more since it sounds like you're pretty experienced, and I obviously am not. I'm buying my first house this year and then also some investments. All right, see you, Jeff. Thank you for the advice as well. When you finally splurge on yourself, what car are you buying? Think it'll be a while until I buy a car, but one car that I would like to get is a DeLorean. Kind of a car that I really like to get. More realistically, and I was actually talking to Josh about this when he was teaching me how to drive stick a couple weeks ago, is a Mustang. But eventually, like when I really spend a lot on a car and DeLoreans, I don't even know. I think they're like 50K. Let's look. A little more than that. They're like 70 to 100K depending on the condition. And will not be spending that on a car anytime soon. Back to the Future, absolutely. Fantastic films. You heard that McGill guy is fake Taiwanese? That might be a rumor. I'll have to confirm. Do you use multiple prep centers? How do you set up, evaluate, and start work with new prep centers? Are there standard procedures? Yeah, and we talk about this a little bit more in my program, but I think you said you're just getting started, so my program isn't really applicable for you right now. Just to be very clear for everyone here, my program is not for new sellers. I don't want you to pay me money for an advanced course if you're just getting started. Come back to me in 6 months and then we can talk. But yeah, so I use 2 prep centers, and it's basically just one is in a tax-free state, so we go pretty much everything to them so that I don't have to pay sales tax, and then I have a backup prep center that is in a tax state, but they have lower rates. So we use them just in case something can't go to the primary prep center for some reason. And yeah, so we always recommend getting on a call with them and just learning more about their procedures. And then I always recommend that you send in a test amount first. So don't send in all 1,000 units for your month right away. Send in 50 units and see how their process works. Make sure that they have good systems and that they're going to be solid to work with. And also reviews. So ask for feedback from other sellers. Say, have you ever worked with this company before? Do you have any insight? Do you know if they're good to work with? And yeah, just getting feedback from other sellers is always really helpful in getting reviews. Cisco, I'm curious what kind of car are you getting when you splurge? Corolla 2024. Nice. Cisco's getting personal here. I am single, Cisco. That's kind of an odd question. I mentioned it earlier, guys. If you follow Checkmate Flips, we're going live on my Twitch tonight, and he's going to absolutely destroy me in chess. So if you're interested in watching me lose, hopefully learn a couple things from him too, because he's really good. Definitely check it out. It'll be 6:30 p.m. CST on my Twitch, and I don't think I've ever really promoted my Twitch, so you can DM me for that. Otherwise, I'll post it later, probably on Instagram. See you, Shayla. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Do you enjoy long walks on the beach? You know, Cisco, I do. Walks on the beach are relaxing. Actually, my favorite vacation spot I go every year with my friends. It's in some sand dunes, and there's a beach there. So I'm looking forward to going there again. Probably go a couple times this summer, actually. What's up, Caden? You know, I would like to be on the beach. I wish we were in the dunes right now. Well, it's cold there. We should have gone to Florida. Would you ever like to end up working from Thailand slash the Philippines? It could be cool. So I've read a book called The 4 Hour Work Week. I don't know if anyone here has read it, but one of the things that he talks about is uh, what's it called? It's something arbitrage. Uh, I'm not thinking of the term, but it's the concept of where you can earn your money in US dollars with like an e-commerce business like I have, and then you can go and live somewhere where it's really cheap to live. So instead of making, let's say, 5,000 bucks a month, you're making the equivalent of like 25,000 bucks a month. Since the dollar goes so much further there, you can live a really luxurious life. And yeah, it's intrigued me. I don't think I'd ever like permanently do it, but maybe for a couple months or something like that. I think it'd be really cool. And I would like to go visit the Philippines. I was planning on going next month here in just a few weeks, but then Amazon held all my money. So I'll probably end up rescheduling and going towards the end of the year. And I think it'll be really cool. I just want to go and get my whole team together there so that we can meet in person. I think that would be really cool and also boost like the culture within our team. Beaches galore. Yes. Cisco says, "Can you share any bolos?" Cisco, I cannot share any bolos, but we know that you're probably in a Lego store right now. So if you find any hot ASINs, go ahead and send those in the chat. Love 4 Hour Work Week. Yeah, it's a really good book. I should honestly probably reread it because it's been a while and I think it's a lot more applicable to me now. In a way, I'm living it because I have a business that requires me to only work like 4 hours a week. Obviously, I still work a lot more than that since I have multiple things going on, but yeah, it's kind of cool. What's up, Katie? And thanks for stopping by. I do have a program we talked about a little earlier. It's not for new sellers though, so it kind of depends on where you're at. My program is called Outsource Everything, teaching you how to build a business that runs itself, specifically Amazon. And I would recommend that, it's whenever you're ready to start outsourcing, which is not going to be whenever you first start out, probably at least 6 months, whenever you start to run into the problem of you have more capital or you have more time. Sorry, you have more capital than you have time to spend. Whenever you need to start addressing that problem, then I could help you out. And also, just whenever you feel like you're working too much and you have more money to start outsourcing. And the outsourcing will allow you to grow your business, but also give back the freedom that we're all striving for anyway. We do offer coaching calls though that are more geared towards new sellers, but you don't have to pay for anything from me. If you want more fine-tuned advice, we could do coaching, but I have tons of free resources here on YouTube and Instagram and my free Discord as well. I have tons of free resources, so never feel like you have to pay to get information from me. And here's a link to my free Discord if anyone wants to join. We've got around 300 members in there, so you can join, ask questions, network with us, totally free. Getting a haircut. Nice. Your barber was on one of our live streams, right? A couple weeks ago on the Doughboys podcast. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and subscribe down below. It's free, helps me out a ton. And then also be sure to turn on notifications so you know anytime I go live or drop a new video. What other questions you guys have? Cisco, you're back. Sweet. Welcome back. Cisco, what are you working on today? We finally got our products for alpha candles to a new photographer. They arrived yesterday. So here in about 7 days, we should have better images on our butterscotch bourbon listing, and then that should hopefully lead through a better click-through rate and better conversion overall, so that the products can start to perform better. And then if we see an increase in performance on that listing, then we're going to send in our other products to the photographer to get better product photos for those listings too. So it was a cool update. And 5 got you slammed. Bummer. Oh, Cisco, don't neglect that to-do list. It's there for a reason. Those tasks need to get done. You wouldn't have made the to-do list if you were supposed to neglect it. You gotta get on that. Send help? Cisco, you gotta outsource, man. If you're too slammed, we gotta get you some VAs, some kind of help. Use AI. Can ChatGPT accomplish your to-do list for you? Don't know. How did you find your photographer recommendations? So I just found him on Fiverr. Basically, just searched product photographer or Amazon product photographer, something like that on Fiverr, and then scrolled through until I found 3 to 5 that looked interesting, looked like they had good work at a decent price. Messaged them to talk about my specific product or my specific project, and then just decided on one from there based on that. So Fiverr is a really good site. And I know a lot of sellers use Fiverr. So there's yeah, just search fiverr.com. It's a freelancing website, super helpful for one-off projects like this. Fiverr is good for logo slash branding as well, but not $5. Yeah. It's good for a ton of services. I've used it for email campaigns, help with setting up websites. There's tons of services that you can find on there. Yo, what's up, Cisco? You have an ASIN for us yet? Think people have been waiting. They want your bolos. That reel about to outperform the previous post? Are you talking about the one that you made for me? Let's check it out. $200 views so far. Honestly, Cisco, the reels you make usually perform pretty good. What's up, Tony? How's it going? Just made up my mind to start selling on Amazon. Sweet. Would you suggest paying for leads or grinding out retail arbitrage? I would recommend that you start with retail arbitrage. It's like you said, it's going to be a grind, but what it allows you to do is learn the systems really well. And specifically, I recommend you go to a dollar store like a Dollar Tree. Books is really good too. I started with Dollar Tree, and the reason I recommend starting with retail arbitrage Dollar Tree is because it's a cheap way to learn the systems. So whenever you start out, even if you're on leads list, you're gonna make mistakes. I would much rather you make that mistake on a $1 item versus a $20 item. And then imagine that, repeated over 100 items. Which would you rather end up losing money on because you read the data wrong? Whenever you first start out, you don't know what you're doing. It's important to learn those systems, learn how to read the data, get good at it. So I recommend going to Dollar Tree. And then a lot of people start out reselling used books from like Goodwill, Salvation Army, thrift stores. So that's another option too. Yeah, I would recommend retail arbitrage and then scaling up from there. And then whenever you're ready to dive into online arbitrage, I do recommend leads lists as a way to start to learn more from there. Help that transition into OAB a little bit easier. Cisco still has two ASINs from Dollar Tree. Sweet. Yeah, they honestly have some good products still. Like I said, there's some good replenishable items that you can go to and get at Dollar Tree. It's a good place to source. A lot of people sleep on it, but I really think it's great for beginners. And then also, like Cisco said, Cisco's been in the game for a few years now, and he's still having some good products from there. Cisco, do I want to click on this ASIN? Because sometimes people like to pull a practical joke on me when I'm live streaming. I'm always scared to open up these ASINs. I don't want to do this. Oh, it's actually a legit product. You had me scared there, Cisco. You got this at Dollar Tree? It looks very stable. I like that a lot. Oh, it's at Walmart. Duh, it's Equate. Let's see if I can share my screen. Cisco, are you paying 652 for this? All right, I'll screen share here real quick. Let me just make sure. I don't want to. Let me see if I can turn on my VPN. Logged into everything. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to share my screen even with the VPN because it's still showing some information that I don't want to share. But this ASIN, I'll just go ahead and tell you my thoughts on it. You guys look at this ASIN that Cisco shared. I really like the stability on it. It's almost always selling for $16.99. So it's a just under $2 profit, 30% return on investment, which is solid. Looks like it would be very simple prep as well. So I like that. My only concern with it is the new offer count is increasing. So I think the price is going to start to drop. And we're already seeing that it's dropped from 16.99 down to 16.19. So temporarily, and especially because this is on YouTube, I probably wouldn't buy this product, but it is one that I would keep an eye on because it looks like it could be a really solid, steady, replenishable product once the offer count goes back down and these new sellers aren't hopping on the listing. Thanks for sharing the lead, Cisco. All right, peace out, Cisco. Thanks for hanging. If you're here watching, let me know. Cisco retracted the ASIN. All right. If you're here watching, let me know where you're at in your Amazon journey. Love to hear, how long you've been selling, or if you're looking to just get started. Yeah. Cisco's good dude. If you guys aren't already following him, go give him a follow. He's on YouTube and Instagram. I think TikTok too. So he's most active on Instagram though. He's also an admin in my Discord if you guys join there, which it's free. I think we've got quite a few new people here, new to the channel, or just haven't been on a lot of the lives. So let me kind of introduce myself. I started selling on Amazon almost 3 years ago. Next month will be 3 years, which is crazy. I'll have to do some kind of giveaway or celebration. That's really crazy. Yeah, I started in April of 2020 doing retail arbitrage. So just like we were talking about earlier with what I recommend, I was going to places like Dollar Tree, buying items for $1, flipping them for 7, which at the time was the small and light limit. Now we're up to 12, so times are even better. So I was making like $1 to $2 profit per unit. Use that as a way to learn the systems and grow my startup capital. Because whenever you're buying for $1, making $1 or $2 on top of that, your money can really start to compound. And then from there, I went to more big box stores like Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and then eventually transitioned pretty heavily into clothing at Kohl's and outlets and things like that. Eventually found the retail arbitrage model to be limiting. So after I grew my business up to probably around 25,000 a month, I decided to transition into online arbitrage. Did that in the summer of I guess it would be 21. So about a year and a half ago. I transitioned into online arbitrage. A few months after that, decided to start outsourcing, hired some virtual assistants to be able to find my products for me. And then fast forward another year now, and I'm at a point where I only have to work a few hours a week because I've set up the business in a way that it can run itself. We have a team, I have a business partner, we have prep centers that we work with, just some firms to outsource other things. So, yeah, that's kind of my journey where we're at. And then today, like I said, I got the Amazon business. I produce this content to help other people get started selling on Amazon and in business in general. And then I also have another company called Alpha Candles. We manufacture handcrafted candles in house. We have a brick and mortar shop, and then we are also on Amazon as well. So it's kind of who I am and my journey and what I've been up to over the last few years. If anyone's new, been selling part time on eBay for a couple years. I telework now and have a ton of time on my hands. It's good that you have time. People, whenever they first start selling on Amazon or really any business, need one of two things: money or time. And if you have both, fantastic. But you definitely need one of those. Be curious to hear more about your experience on eBay. I know a lot of people have had experience on eBay and selling there, and then they come to Amazon or they switch or they still do both. I have never really sold on eBay. I've since I've been selling online has pretty much always been Amazon and then a little bit on Mercari too. Sweet. Yeah, definitely send some messages in the Discord. We've got over 300 members in there. Happy to help people out, get your questions answered. Working on whoa. All right, working on Cisco's ASIN, how would you shave that 652 to get a better return on investment, sales coupons, cash back? So in this specific case, you're not going to get it much lower because it's Walmart. They generally don't have many good coupons. You could wait to see if the item goes on a rollback, but generally the price that you see at Walmart is going to be the price you pay. There is one thing that can help you out. Well, two things. One is a cashback site. You can generally get like 1 to 3% at Walmart, and then also the Walmart Capital One credit card. I believe gets you 5%. So between the credit card and Rakuten, you could get like 6 to 8% back on that, which would be, like 40 cents. I wouldn't recommend including that in your product research. I would recommend just on the back end, that's more of a bonus. But that is some ways that you can get, a little bit more profit there. Yeah, I don't think they have any kind of club bonuses. Another company owned by Walmart called Sam's Club, they have kind of the club stuff. Gift cards is a good idea. You could look at some websites, see if they have any discounted gift cards. You could probably maybe save like 3%, but you're really not going to get the price much lower. Maybe like between everything, you could maybe get it down to like 610. But Walmart's pretty tough to get coupons for, in my experience. Son and I are about to head to Dollar Tree in a minute. Awesome. It's the trenches. This is the beginning. I found success. I think I found a few toys there, but mainly where I found success was in the aisle that's like kitchen stuff. So the aisle that has like aluminum foil, Tupperware, that kind of stuff. I would recommend starting there because that's where I think I had the most success at Dollar Tree. They also have some solid grocery items. You just got to be careful on the expirations, but they have some like candies that'll do well. Multiple seasons coming up. We're heading into summer, so I probably wouldn't buy candy, but that's another option to look at. You should do Walmart. I always have a ton of questions and not many people to ask. Yeah, I have a Walmart account. I'm just not selling on there yet. I definitely should learn more about it and yeah, add that to my tool belt. Probably at some point this year, I'll start selling on there more. I'm building alpha candles and some other stuff. And then whenever I come back to build this e-commerce business, I think I will, sell on Walmart because there's a lot of opportunity. Not many sellers are on there, at least in comparison to Amazon. And the more developed Walmart gets, the better it's going to be, especially with their Walmart fulfillment system. When I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, they were just comparing Amazon to Walmart, and Amazon had, I think it was like 150 fulfillment centers throughout the country. Walmart has over 10,000 stores. So once Walmart optimizes their e-commerce and then fulfillment channels, they are like way more set up because they will be able to get customers that order so much faster since they just have such a larger network. Let me know if you guys have any final questions. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here in just a couple minutes. So if you have any final questions, go ahead and send those. Again, if you're not already, I'd appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe down below. Really help me out. And then make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss any of these live streams or any of my video uploads. I've got a new video coming out tomorrow, and then we're working on a few more for next week. All right, last call on questions. Then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for making yourself available on this platform. Absolutely. Happy to help you guys out. People always ask me why I make content. And one, kind of selfishly, it's a way for me to expand on my Amazon knowledge and eventually monetize it in more ways. But two, to be able to help you guys out. Because if I didn't have people whenever I was first starting out making content, doing live streams like this, I never would have got started. I never would have been successful. So in a way, it's a way for me to give back and help other people grow their businesses and have a positive impact on them, like other creators did on me. So yeah, I'm really happy to be able to creating content, and that's what I want to really be doing long term. It's helping people be successful. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We'll be going live again tomorrow around the same time, 12 p.m. CST, and dropping more videos too. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.